What's up, guys? Today it's a new week. It's going pretty good so far. Still rainy. I'm beginning to hate how much rain this state gets, but I gotta do a Subaru today. Feels like I'm back in Connecticut working on a Subaru, but we got FRS. The clutch, I guess, is going bad in it, like the clutch or the bearing that depresses it, like the throw-out bearing or something. But I gotta do this today, pull the transmission out. I think he's going with a stiffer clutch and everything should be in the car. But I'm gonna get started on this, guys, and I'll show you guys when I got some stuff taken off and started to go on it. So guys, this thing sounds pretty bad. These things are nice inside. I never actually got to drive an FRS when I worked in Connecticut at Subaru, but they're pretty nice inside. I like how they are laid out and stuff, but this thing sounds absolutely terrifying to drive, because I wouldn't want to drive this thing. And I understand why the guy is saying something now, because it's it's the main part of the car that makes it move, and it's about to blow up. So and I think that's going to be something to do with the throw-out bearing or the pressure plate, or something to do with that, because it's when you engage the clutch that it makes the noise. When it's off the clutch, I hear something, but it's not as pronounced as when you are depressing the clutch. So let's hope that it's nothing super major, there's a rod that's not going right or something like that. But let me get this thing on the lift and start going on it. The part about getting this thing out was trying to figure out what the heck to do with all this stuff. Because it doesn't really come out of the interior. It's supposed to all just stay up in there in a specific way. But, this thing didn't want to cooperate, and then it didn't want to come out of here. So I ended up getting it to here underneath, and then just hitting it with a hammer to get it out with a brass punch. But I believe the clutch, there's already an exity clutch in this thing. So it's already aftermarket clutch. But I think what happened was the clutch started to decay, because as you can see, right there, you can see clutch particles. And then this whole thing is sounds like metal balls just rubbing up against each other in there. So I think that was what his problem was. Let's hope it's what his problem was, because we don't want to put this in and then just have it happen again. So I'm gonna just start taking this apart and seeing what's going on with that, and hopefully we don't lose a lot of transmission fluid out of this, because I don't really want to put more in it. And I'm gonna get this thing out, get it back together. So let's keep going. So the new clutch is in, and the new throw-out bearing is in. I got grease on it. It kind of does snag at the end right there. I don't know if that's normal, but I mean, this thing doesn't really move that far. It goes that far all the time. Or, wow, I wasn't even filming that. It only goes that far all the time, so I believe it should be okay. And now I'm going to attempt to get this thing back in, and hopefully it just kind of goes back in. I guess you didn't need to take any of this stuff out, so that's just a waste of my time right there, but whatever. Okay guys, so this thing's all back together. Last thing you got to do is just connect the battery, but he's got a new clutch slave cylinder and a new braided line through the clutch, so that's cool. Then this thing drained a bunch of fluid out of the transmission, and I was thinking of how much fluid was going to go in it. It took 2 bottles of fluid to fill it back up, but it's all back together now. We just got to bleed the clutch, and then we should be able to test drive it and make sure that there's no noises anymore. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back.
You want to race?
No, I want it.
This thing's turbo.
It is turbo, but it's probably slow.
It's a little heavy.
When am I gonna drive this thing?
Ooh, you want to drive this? Are you gonna wear a hat?
I'm gonna be driving Miss Daisy.
Oh man, maybe I'll bring it tomorrow. We can drive her out.
This thing's sick though. It's an old school Bentley. Nobody would know what the heck we're driving.
Baby blue. I like it. This is a real classic.
Is this your father's car?
Huh?
Is this your dad's car?
This is my dad.
Okay. But BRZ's all done.
See you later.
See you later, Shaw. BRZ's all done. I'm out taking it for a test drive. Shaw's got no license plate on the back. It's in the window. But you got to break in the clutch because right now it like grabs like midway and you want it to like grab at the bottom. But drive it around, go through all the gears, take it down the test track and go through all the gears and see how she goes. But I think I did a pretty good job for the first time ever putting a clutch in a car, basically, because I've never actually done this except for like helping Rudnick out and like doing that. But this is my like first solo one, basically. Roberto helped a tad bit, but I'm gonna finish this video up in a minute. Okay guys, so that was a little video on a BRZ. I hope you guys like it. I'm pretty tired, so I think I'm gonna go take a nap. But that's about it for this one. If you liked the video, definitely subscribe and don't forget to stay tuned for more.